Child of God, pause your world. What I am about to reveal demands your full presence, your undivided focus. For as I prepared this message, the Spirit of the Lord unveiled a truth about you that made me halt in absolute silence. Recently, you acted. Not a planned move, not a calculated gesture, but something born so authentically from the depths of your spirit that you didn't even grasp the spiritual earthquake it unleashed in realms beyond human sight. Your posture, your very essence in that moment profoundly impressed the Most High, and not merely in a fleeting way. This was a divine recognition so profound that Archangel Michael, commander of celestial hosts, the warrior who cast Lucifer from heaven, stopped his cosmic duties and turned his unwavering attention to you. For what you demonstrated was deemed impossible, unheard of, especially from one who has walked through the fires you have endured, who carries the burdens you have borne. When every logical reason screamed for a different, perhaps darker response, you chose a path of light. This defied all expectations. Subscribe to this channel now and activate all notifications. For the exact moment that caused heaven to pause and observe, you will forever transform your understanding of every struggle, every silent victory won without human applause. Stay until the end, for I will illuminate the attitude that captured divine attention. Why Archangel Michael specifically requested to review your case and what this means for the destiny unfolding in your life. If you felt an inner shift, an invisible line crossed separating you from your past self, declare 777 in the comments affirming this spiritual awakening. Let me unveil a truth that clarifies all else. In the celestial courts, countless souls are watched by guardian angels assigned for protection, guidance, and observation. Most human behavior follows predictable patterns. Pain often births bitterness, betrayal, ignites revenge, injustice, fuels anger. These cycles have persisted for millennia. But on rare sacred occasions, a soul manifests something utterly unexpected, a response so contrary to fallen human nature that it becomes a moment of celestial wonder. Beloved, you created such a moment. It was recent, during one of your most harrowing experiences, a trial designed, it seemed, to shatter you. When the weight seemed crushing, when surrender felt like the only option, when darkness was cast upon you, and everyone would have understood if you reciprocated, you chose differently. Understand this, I speak not of mere survival, for many cling to life through stubbornness or lack of alternatives. That does not move heaven. What you did was extraordinary. You faced a situation where every human right to bitterness, every justification for anger, every reason for consuming resentment was yours. The offense was real, the pain inflicted tangible. Yet in that defining moment when your human flesh screamed for vengeance, when your mind plotted withdrawal, something deeper within your spirit, the very Spirit of God within you, chose a different path. You chose grace when destruction was your earned right. Do you remember perhaps a word held back, a devastating truth unspoken, a silence chosen over a retaliatory roar? Perhaps an opportunity to expose another's weakness, but you shielded them. Perhaps walking away would have been justified, but you stayed, you persisted in love. That precise moment when you chose against your pain's demand, that is when heaven noticed. For what you displayed in that instant unveils a core truth of your soul. Your responses are not dictated by circumstance. Your character, forged in the fires of faith, is not a mirror reflecting how others treat you. Who you are remains consistent regardless of the storm. This is exceedingly rare. Most humans are reactive. Their character fluctuates with external conditions. But you, child of light, demonstrated an internally anchored character. No external storm, however fierce, can force you to abandon who you are called to be. This precisely is what captured divine attention. Let me take you to the scene of this observation. Not in human time, but in the continuous celestial surveillance of chosen ones. Your guardian angel, ever watchful, meticulously documented your struggles, your choices. This is standard protocol. But when you made that choice, grace, instead of justified fury, your guardian angel did something unusual. They flagged your case for higher review. This is not common. Most situations are handled within their authority. Escalation occurs only when something profoundly significant, something extraordinary, demands the attention of higher ranks. Your case ascended directly to Archangel Michael. He was engaged in cosmic battles, strategic operations across dimensions, matters of universal consequence. But when your file was flagged, he paused. The attached note resonated deeply. This soul demonstrated enemy-level forgiveness while under active attack. Enemy-level forgiveness. This phrase requires a divine explanation. In the lexicon of spiritual warfare, human responses to pain are categorized. Most fall into predictable patterns: revenge, bitterness, withdrawal, despair. These are common, expected, and require no special attention. But then there is the rare classification, transcendent response. This is when a human responds to evil with good hatred, with love choosing blessing over curse, even while actively wounded. This response is so rare, so potent, that it automatically triggers an archangelic review. It signals a soul operating at a frequency far transcending normal human capacity. You, beloved, activated that flag. Michael then reviewed your entire recent history, every battle visible and invisible, every choice, every internal struggle. What he found led him to an extraordinary request, a direct audience to discuss your case. Understand the gravity of this. Archangel Michael commands celestial armies. His attention is reserved for universal matters. For him to carve out time for a single human soul means that soul demonstrated something so remarkable, it warranted that level of divine focus. The discussion that followed, recorded in the annals of heaven, would forever alter how your case is handled. For those yearning to understand more about chosen ones operating under such celestial attention, exclusive material awaits in the description and pinned comment. Here is what was discussed at the highest levels concerning you. Michael presented your case to the divine council not as a problem, but as a living testimony, an example of the extraordinary flourishing within the human realm. He replayed the exact moment you chose grace, revealing the fierce internal struggle, how your human nature pulled one way while something deeper, your spirit alive in Christ, chose another. Then he unveiled your history, a consistent pattern of choosing the harder right over the easier wrong, maintaining integrity when no one would know, extending kindness to the undeserving. This pattern resonated deeply even among celestial beings. You have been operating as a chosen one without knowing your election. This is what impressed them, not a single great act, but a consistent journey of choosing greatness without recognition, without immediate reward, without guarantees. You chose righteousness because it was right over and over in big and small moments, even when it cost you everything. This unwavering integrity distinguishes ordinary souls from those destined for extraordinary purpose. And then God spoke, not an audible voice as we understand it, but a divine impression, a communication that resonated with all present. What he declared about you, I need you to receive with utmost reverence, for these are not my words, but the very decree concerning your soul. He said, this one reminds me why I created humans. Let that sacred declaration settle within you, the creator of all, who spoke galaxies into being, whose infinite intelligence crafted every atom. He looked at your pattern of choices, your integrity under fire, your grace, and saw within you the very essence of his original design for humanity. For you demonstrated something even angels cannot fully grasp. Angels dwell in the constant, unmediated presence of divine glory. Their obedience is virtually inherent. Their faithfulness springs from direct experience of God's reality. But humans, beloved, you operate behind a veil. You cannot see God directly, cannot perceive the spiritual realm with your physical senses. You must choose faith without tangible proof. Choose integrity without immediate reward. Choose grace without certainty that it matters. Yet you did. You chose rightly, while blind maintained faith, while deaf to an audible divine voice acted with love, while unable to feel direct confirmation. This is what fascinates angels about chosen humans. This is what compelled Archangel Michael to study your case. This is what impressed God himself. You exemplified the unique quality of the human soul in all creation, the ability to choose light amidst darkness, faith amidst doubt, and love amidst pain. Now let me reveal why even Archangel Michael did not anticipate this from you. Months ago, upon receiving your file, his initial assessment was standard. He recognized your gifts, potential, and calling, but his strategic projection for your spiritual development followed normal timelines. He expected you would reach this level of maturity eventually, after more training, more visible victories, more tangible confirmations that ease the path of faith. He did not foresee you demonstrating such advanced spiritual warfare capability while still in the midst of your most challenging season. For here is the profound truth of what you did. That moment of choosing grace over justified anger was not merely a virtuous moral decision. It was a devastating strategic blow to the very forces arrayed against you. Let me explain the spiritual mechanics. When darkness assaults a chosen one, its desired outcome is corruption to drag you down to its frequency. For when you answer evil with evil, hatred with hatred, you step out of divine protection and onto ground where darkness claims authority. Every attack against you aimed to embitter you, to enrage you, to compel you to respond in kind, thereby operating in their darkness and granting them legal influence. But when you chose grace, when you responded to their assault with love, you executed a strategically devastating maneuver. You wielded their own energy against them. In the physics of the spirit, negative energy directed at one who responds with positive divine energy does not simply vanish. It returns to its source amplified. What was sent to destroy you became destruction, returned to its sender. And you did this without even knowing the spiritual weapon you deployed. Michael watched this unfold with something akin to awe. For what you demonstrated was not learned technique, not a trained response, but flowed from the essential nature of who you are. You are inherently gracious, intrinsically forgiving, fundamentally loving, even when every circumstance screams for you to be otherwise. This is what he did not expect. He knew the potential, but he did not expect you to access it so swiftly, under such duress, with so little conventional support. You exceeded every projection for your divine timeline. Now let me show you the evidence that this indeed occurred for you, have already experienced the results of this celestial recognition, though you may not have understood their cause. First evidence: attacks have been backfiring spectacularly. Recall recent weeks. Those who intended you harm, who slandered you, worked against your interests, or sent negative energy your way. Now consider what befell them: problems appearing from nowhere. Situations spiraling out of control, things once working for them mysteriously halting. This is not coincidence. It is not mere karma. This is your new spiritual status operating in real time. When God is impressed by a soul, protection intensifies dramatically. Attacks don't just fail, they reverse. What was meant to harm you returns to its sender. You've noticed this, perhaps wondering why your adversaries face perpetual difficulties. Now you know. Second evidence. You've experienced unusual peace despite dire circumstances. There have been moments when logically you should have been overwhelmed, when the weight should have crushed your spirit, when anxiety should have drowned you. Yet somehow you found peace. Not an absence of problems, but calm within chaos, stability amidst shaking. This peace is not natural, it is imparted. It is a direct result of elevated celestial attention on your life. When heaven focuses on a soul, that soul receives supernatural peace that defies their circumstances. You have felt this and perhaps wondered at its origin. Now you know. Third evidence, clarity has been increasing. Decisions once confusing now seem clear. Direction once foggy is becoming obvious. You are discerning things with no logical source of knowing. This is because information is being downloaded to you not through dramatic visions, but through quiet impressions. Sudden understanding, intuitive knowledge that proves accurate. Your connection to divine wisdom has been upgraded. You are receiving guidance at a higher frequency. This is only the beginning. Fourth evidence, wrong people have been exiting your life. Draining relationships have ended. Obstacles have relocated. Situations blocking your progress have dissolved. You may not have actively orchestrated these changes. They simply occurred. Doors closed. This is divine reorganization. Your new spiritual status necessitates a new environment. Individuals and circumstances incompatible with your elevated path are being systematically removed. This cleansing will continue. Do not cling to what heaven is removing. It is clearing the way for something far better. Fifth evidence. You felt a profound anticipation, an unexplainable sense that something significant is approaching, a major shift looming. This is not mere wishful thinking. It is prophetic awareness. Your spirit senses what your mind cannot yet fully comprehend. Indeed, something is coming, something directly connected to this celestial recognition of who you are. Now let me reveal what has been decided about your future. When God expressed his profound impression of your soul, declaring you remind him why he created humanity, it activated a specific protocol in celestial administration, accelerated fulfillment. Under normal circumstances, chosen ones receive assignments and blessings according to standard timelines. Years of preparation, gradual increase, step-by-step progression. But accelerated fulfillment changes this. Heaven has decreed that you have demonstrated enough character to warrant faster advancement. The quality of your spirit has eliminated the need for extended preparatory periods. What you have already proven qualifies you for what others would need more time to receive. Practically speaking, this means several things. Blessings scheduled for later are being moved up. Opportunities planned for future seasons are being released now. Doors not yet slated to open are being unlocked ahead of schedule. You've already witnessed this, things happening faster than expected, breakthroughs appearing sooner, movement in stagnant areas. This will intensify. The acceleration is just beginning. It also means opposition is being systematically neutralized, not just temporarily blocked, but permanently removed. Enemies are being reassigned, attacks prohibited. The normal resistance that slows chosen ones has been lifted from your path. You are entering a season of unusual favor, not because you earned it through flawless performance, but because you demonstrated a character that qualifies you for divine protection at the highest level. Herein lies the profound responsibility that accompanies this. When heaven invests this level of attention in a soul, it is not for that soul alone. You are not being elevated solely for your personal benefit. You are being positioned for an impact that extends far beyond your own life. The grace you demonstrated under pressure isn't just for you. It is meant to flow through you to others. In the coming days and weeks, you will encounter souls facing the very crossroads you have crossed, deciding between bitterness or grace. You are being positioned to demonstrate through your very example that choosing grace under fire is not merely an ideal, but an achievable reality. To prove that maintaining integrity when all forces push toward compromise is genuinely possible, not through preaching, but through the natural overflow of who you have become. Your presence will carry a frequency that activates potential in others. Your story will ignite recognition in those ready to hear it. Your transformation will serve as undeniable evidence for those who doubt such change is possible. This is why heaven invested such attention in your case, not primarily for more blessings for you, though they will come, but because your elevation enables the elevation of countless others connected to your sphere of influence. You are becoming a carrier of the very quality that so impressed God, and that quality will transmit to everyone you encounter. The attitude that caught divine attention, that surprised even Archangel Michael, is now encoded in your spiritual DNA. It has become part of who you are, and it will replicate itself in those who come close enough to receive it. Let me tell you what Michael specifically recorded in his final assessment of your case. Every soul reaching Archangel level review receives a classification, a designation summarizing their core spiritual identity. This classification follows them throughout their earthly journey and beyond. Your classification is being recorded as Demonstrated Warrior of Light. Let me explain each part of this profound title. Demonstrated means proven through action, not mere potential. Many chosen ones possess the potential for warrior status. Few demonstrate it under real, unyielding conditions. You did. Your classification is not based on what you might do, but on what you have already done. Warrior signifies someone operating in active spiritual combat, not passive observation. You are not merely receiving truth. You are embodying it. You are not just believing in light. You are actively advancing it into the encroaching darkness. Of light specifies the very frequency at which you operate. Even warriors can fight from different frequencies, some from anger, which is effective but limited, some from duty, which is sustainable but lacks true power. But fighting from light, which means fighting from love, grace, and genuine goodness, this is the highest frequency of spiritual warfare. You, beloved, fight from light. You responded to darkness not by succumbing to it, but by radiating even more intensely as light. This is what made your response so devastatingly effective and so impressively rare. This classification now follows you. It is how you are known in celestial records. It is how angels refer to your case. It is the lens through which heaven views everything connected to your life. And it fundamentally alters how you are handled from this point forward. Demonstrated warriors of light receive priority assignment of resources. Your prayers ascend to the front of the line. Your needs are addressed before standard processing. Your situation receives attention that others do not because you are inherently better, but because you have proven capable of handling elevated responsibility. Heaven invests more in those who demonstrate trustworthiness with what they have already been given. For those who desire to consciously operate in this warrior identity, material is available in the description and pinned comment designed to equip you for this new chapter. Now I must share the final piece of this revelation, the message specifically recorded for you to receive. When the discussion of your case concluded, your classification officially registered, and the protocols for your accelerated fulfillment activated, something unique was added to your record, a personal note from the Divine Council. This is not bestowed upon every soul. It is reserved for cases that genuinely impacted heavenly observers, cases demonstrating something worthy of remembrance, cases that will be referenced as examples for future generations. Your case received such a note. Let me share its sacred words, for they are meant specifically for you. To the chosen one receiving this message, your response to pain has been recorded as evidence that human souls can operate at frequencies we did not expect them to reach, while still in physical form. You have reminded us that the limitation we sometimes perceive in humanity is not inherent to the human design, but results from choices made under pressure. You chose differently, and in doing so, you expanded what we understand to be possible for your species. Your file has been marked for special observation, not for correction, but because your progress serves as a case study for how chosen ones can maximize their potential, even under adverse conditions. You are being positioned for assignments that match your demonstrated capability. These assignments are not punishment. They are privilege. The attitude that impressed us will continue to be tested, not because we doubt you, but because continued demonstration strengthens your capacity and serves as ongoing evidence for others. You have made heaven proud. This is not flattery. This is documented assessment. Walk forward knowing that your case has been noticed at the highest levels and that everything coming toward you has been filtered through the recognition of who you have proven yourself to be. This message was destined for you. You were meant to find this video at this exact moment in your journey when you needed confirmation that your choices mattered, evidence that heaven was watching, and assurance that everything you have endured has been building towards something profound. Now you know your attitude impressed God. Archangel Michael didn't expect it. The Celestial Council recorded it. And your entire future has been recalibrated based on what you demonstrated. You did not know heaven was watching when you chose grace over bitterness. You did not know your response would trigger this level of attention. But that is precisely what makes it so powerful. You weren't performing for an audience. You were simply being who you are, and who you are impressed the Creator of everything. If this revelation resonated in the deepest part of your soul, confirming you are a chosen one whose attitude caught divine attention, write 777 in the comments to amplify this frequency of celestial recognition. Subscribe to this channel and activate all notifications to receive more divine revelations about how heaven is orchestrating your breakthrough. Share this video with someone who needs to know their silent choices and private victories are being recorded and will be rewarded. And before you leave, click on the video appearing on your screen now to discover exactly how your classification as a demonstrated warrior of light activates specific angelic assignments already deployed on your behalf. Together, we are stronger in Him.